भवतो सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। ॐ निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरण श्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमः आचार्येभ्यो नमः भक्तेभ्यो नमः साधुभ्यो नमः साधकेभ्यो नमः तीर्थेभ्यो नमः क्षेत्रेभ्यो नमः नदीनदेभ्यो नमः शास्त्रेभ्यो नमः। ओं श्री परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मणे श्रीसूतमहामुने शौनकादृषिभ्यो अत्र्यादर्शिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो मत्स्यादवतारेभ्यो दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो आदिशंकराचार्य विराट्गुरुभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती स्वरूपिण्ये नमः। ओं श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमथ एकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिः हित्वा अन्यतारूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ एकविंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Chant from the shloka number 26. एवं व्यवसितं केचितो अविज्ञाय कुबुद्धयः फलश्रुतिं कुसुमितां न वेदज्ञा वदन्ति कामिनः कृपणाः लुब्धाः पुष्पेषु फलबुद्धयः अग्निमुग्धा धूमतान्ताः स्वं लोकं न विदन्ति ते न ते माम् अङ्गजानन्ते हृदि स्थम्य इदं यतः उक्तशस्त्राः असुतृपः यथा निहारचक्षुषः ते मे मतमविज्ञाय परोक्षं विषयात्मगाः हिंसायां यदि रागः स्यात् यज्ञ एव न चोदना हिंसा विहारा हि आलब्धैः पशुभिः स्वसुखेच्छया यजन्ते देवता यज्ञैः पितृभूतपतेन् खलाः स्वप्नोपमम् अमुं लोकम् असन्तं श्रवणप्रियम् आशिषो हृदि संकल्प्य त्यजन्त्यर्थान् यथा वणिक रजसत्वतमो निष्ठाः रजसत्वतमोजुषः उपासते हि इन्द्रमुख्यान् देवादेन्न तथैव माम् इष्वेह देवता यज्ञैः गत्वा रंस्यामहे दिवे तस्यान्त इह भूयास्मः महाशाला महाकुलाः। एवं पुष्पितया वाचा व्याक्षिप्तमनसां नृणां मानिनां चातिस्तब्धानां मद्वार्तापि न रोचते वेदा ब्रह्मात्मविषयाः स्त्रीकाण्डविषया इमे परोक्षवादा ऋषयः परोक्षं मम च प्रियं शब्दब्रह्म सुदुर्बोधं प्राणेन्द्रियमनोमयम् अनन्तपारं गम्भीरं दुर्विगाह्यं समुद्रवत् मयोपबृंहितं भूम्ना ब्रह्मणानन्तशक्तिना भूतेषु घोषरूपेण विशेषूर्णेव लक्ष्यते यथोर्णनाभिर्हृदयात् ऊर्णामुद्वमते मुखात् आकाशात् घोषवान् प्राणः मनसा स्पर्शरूपिण छन्दोमयो अमृतमयः सहस्रपदवीं प्रभुः ओङ्कारान् व्यञ्जितस्पर्श स्वरोष्मान्तस्थभूषिताम विचित्रभाषा विदताम छन्दोभिश्चतुरुत्तरैः अनन्तपारां बृहतीम सृजत्या क्षिपते स्वयं गायत्र्युष्णिग् अनुष्टुप् च बृहती पङ्क्तिरेव च त्रिष्टुप् जगत्यति छन्दः ह्यत्यष्ट्यति जगद्विराड् किं विधत्ते किमाचष्टे किमनुद्य विकल्पयेद इति अस्या हृदयं लोके नान्यो मद्वेद कश्चन मां विदत्ते भिदत्ते मां विकल्प्यापोह्यते तु अहम् एतावान् सर्ववेदार्थः शब्द आस्थाय मां भिदाम् मायामात्रमनोद्यान्ते प्रतिषिध्य प्रसीदते। इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे एकविंशोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री भागवत शरणं मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्री सोत शरणं मम, श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम, श्री व्यास शरणं मम, श्री नारद शरणं मम, श्री कुमार शरणं मम, श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्री विष्णु शरणं मम, श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ओम श्रीमद्भागवतं पुराणतिलकं यद्वैष्णवानां धनं यस्मिन् पारमहंसमेवममलं ज्ञानं परं गीयते। यत्र ज्ञानविरागभक्तिसहितं नैष्कर्म्यमाविष्कृतं तत् शृण्वन् प्रपठन् विचारणवरः भक्त्या विमुच्येन्नरः। ॐ नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओं श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपम स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ एकविंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Salutations to the Lord Bhagavan Krishna and all Matsya Kurma Varahadi avatars 24 which are there in Bhagavatam. Let us also salute the entire Bhagavata Purana which is Krishna Rupa. Our salutations to all the Bhaktas, Mahatmas whose stories are there in Bhagavata Purana to inspire us. And we also salute and commit to all the sadhanas, guidances that are given in this great, grand, glorious Purana. We are into this 21st chapter of the 11th Skandha, the Mukti Skandham. Here, in the recent topic which we are studying, in fact, in this entire chapter, divided into 5-6 topics, each of these topics are so crucial, so important to be understood, to be heard, thought over, and understood. Recent topic is really so important. It in fact gives answers to so many questions, also tells us the cause for why we are worldly, why we are not spiritual, why we are not godly, why we are not divine. Our faults every time we discuss. Okay, we only are the kami, we are the krodhi, we only have lot of vasanas, we have rajoguna, we are the tamoguni. We don't go to the guru, we don't do sadhana, or we don't listen. These faults of us are always told. Along with these, there are some other causes also, which are the cause for us not to be spiritual but to be worldly. And unfortunately, those causes which make us worldly are very much in the very Shastra only. And at that place, if we are not very careful in discriminating, and this careful discrimination comes to us only when we are under the strict guidance of Guru, totally surrendering to him. What is that one factor because of which we are denied of spiritual unfoldment and we become worldly? That is in Shastras also and everywhere around. Apart from along with our own mistakes and faults. That is called as the that's called as the Pushpita Vakya Yukta Falashruti Yukta Margadarshanam. Listen carefully this topic. So, where we are tempted to have this and that bhoga or sukha, and to get that in most honest means only, we are given the guidance, we are given step by step margadarshana in the form of the Yagna Yaga and Upasana and Karma Kanda. It is so beautiful, so wonderful, so enchanting that we enter into that. And all that is okay. There's nothing wrong as regards that type of life is concerned, where we are fulfilling our Artha Kama according to Karma Kanda as told by Shastra only. But in this entire bargain, what's happening is we are missing the ultimate goal and ultimate path, and it never occurs to us because we are fully exposed only to that type of pushpita vakya and falashruti yukta shastra which tell us to do this, do that, and we are flown into that only for lives and lives and lives together. It all looks to be good only. So if the shastra said falashruti and pushpita vakya yukta sentences are obstruction to the ultimate truth, therefore have to be carefully understood and deleted from our life, what to talk about the misguidance given by the non-shastric people of this world, who show to us the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha and enchant our mind so much, and we thus get misguided by them. Then how much careful we have to be, especially when our heart has become very deep in its wanting or craving for knowing the truth, for becoming great Bhagavata. Remember here, when I am, first of all Shastras, I am studying with Vedanta Shastra, Bhakti Shastra. While studying them, one aspect I have to focus on is how much I am becoming intense in my desire to know the Paramatma. Even after becoming a good Jignasu and wanting to become a Sharanagata Bhakta, still we are not able to do. Why? We are not getting time for that. We are not getting that much liking in the mind. We are not able to manage our day's schedule to give more time, more mind to this. फिर क्या हो रहा है देखो? Where our time is going away? Who is taking away all our attention? If you remember that, nothing but worldliness. And how do we go? Half of is our own mind with its pushpikta vakya falashruti, backed by the vasanas, pushes us into the world. And also the mind takes the help of the variety of things called as this is our dharma, called as this is our obligation, called as no, they're all wonderful people, called that no, if I am not there to serve them, who will do it, calling as it is my duty. These are all the variety of the things the mind takes as support to propose in front of us the non-spiritual activities with all this pushpita vani, 50%. The remaining 50% is the world. You understand? Your children, grandchildren, or parents, or the uncles, pencles, they come to you with such a deena face. And they tell her, तुम्हारे बिना हमारा जिंदगी अधूरा है, तुम जरूर आना इसमें उसमें. And we get so piglified and we go with them. There, the words of them appear to be so cute and so tempting that really वाकई है, मैं नहीं है तो दुनिया ही नहीं है. इन दिस दृष्टि से यू आप गोद जाते हैं वहां, उसका होगा क्या? Really they may put you on simhasana, all that may happen, but you have missed your time, your attention for the truth. ये तो naked fact truth है, whether you agree or not, that we have missed our साथ. This is called pushpita vakya. Vedas talk about it. है ना, do this. They say स्वर्ग कामः यजेत, इंद्र कामः यजेत, पुत्र कामः यजेत. If you study that, there also it is said. And in that, our mind also works somewhere. They also show that when you have gone to Swarga, such a bhoga, or when you have a lot of children, you can have such an excellent, wonderful life to live. Such a beautiful it is tempting. हमको mind condition होता है बेचारा. In the world also, people so much engrossed in that worldliness, not exposed to the ultimate truth or spirituality. Honestly, sincerely only they put proposals in front of us. They are not dishonest. They are not wrong. They are absolutely right at that own level. But we are wrong because we are not able to become little higher and deeper and greater in our intellection. To say, to think that is this Pushpita Vakya and Falasruti Vakya taking me away from the God? You are not careful. Therefore, we are caught. This is one aspect. Second aspect is what? In the so-called spiritual sadhana also, be attentive. Where you are doing yoga, bhakti, japa, tapa, all, isme bhi anything other than that sadhana in which our ego is surrendered at the altar of the Lord, or our the jiva bhava with all the riti avasthas is transcended to reach Parabrahma Tattva. Other than those ultimate two sadhanas, anything else done also, and while doing so you may get siddhis, you may get to go to different lokas, all of that also pushpita vakya falashruti, even they are also not ultimate. वहां भी हमको बच के रहना है. That is why these portions, when we study, if you are not careful, we don't catch the portion of the Kathopanishad Nachiketa. Remember, Yamaraj tempted him with everything of Bhuloka, of the Antariksha Loka, of Swarga Loka, and in all these three Loka, whatever the possible powers, whatever the possible positions, whatever the possible positions, whatever the possible experiences, whichever a human being or a mind can conceive or imagine, everything was put in front of him. In case of Rama, it was in the form of dharma, not in the form of Nachiketas mumukshata, but dharma palana ke liye Sri Rama. He is ready to sacrifice everything. He sacrificed Ayodhya, he sacrificed the parents, he sacrificed everything there. Dharma sthapana ke liye. The dharma will later on take to the moksha dharma, parama dharma. Here also in the Katha Upanishad, all of that, what did he say? Nachiketa, if you remember those 3-4 slokas, Shobhava Martyase Nandagaidada Sarvendriyanam Jarayandi Dejaha. His intellect was so intact that even though the greatest of Yamaraj himself is tempting, he never got caught up by the obligation to Yamadharmaraja, not even out of fear that if I don't take, what will he say, nor he got tempted from within, nor he was enchanted, nor even he took a chance also. Shayad Yamaraj there maja hota hoga. See how shrewd, sharp, subtle, pakka was his intellect. He says, these are not permanent. Oh, don't put in front of me all these Falashruti Pushpita Vakya. All of them are already analyzed by me, seen by me, understood by me. They are not infinite, nor they are permanent, nor they are real. I want permanent, real and infinite. Do you understand this point? How as we want to grow deeply in our spiritual sadhana, initial stages में the hiccups or the struggles are of different type, where we can't be regular to class, we cannot open the book, we don't remember anything. ये 10 साल चलता है ये झमेला. After achieving all this also, still the mind is not focused and stable in doing even small sadhanas. Even small sadhana japa we are able to do, but the deeper surrenders, deeper contemplations, they are never possible. Deeper understandings of the higher Upanishads. At that time, we have to question ourselves, what's going wrong? What's going wrong is our mind is not fully engrossed in them. Why not fully engrossed, deeply engrossed, totally engrossed, completely engrossed? That is the minimum requirement for discovering the truth or surrendering to the Lord. Why? Because halfway it is pulled back and put somewhere else. What is that which is pulling us and putting somewhere else? The inner misguidance or misguidance by the Shastra, or the misguidance from the people around only. Shastra means that type of Shastra where Pushpita Vakya Falashruti is spoken. A wise person of highly studious person of Vedanta Grantha, even if he is offered the position of the Indra, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, all he says, first to give Brahma Jnanam, baad mein dekhenge. Without Brahma Jnana, as much a small job in the world is a bondage, equally bondage is a bigger than the biggest job of even Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Same way with the Brahma Ajnana, all the result of these things will come plus extra will come. After reaching to the absolute truth, this nata can be played out of time pass or out of, let us say, entertainment or out of free service. But not before. If you start giving value to that, for the millions of aeons lives together, we will go on going in that one. Because एक बार पकड़ में आते ना, बार बार पकड़ में आते. एक बार जोर कम लगाया तो कमजोर हो जाते हैं. उसके बाद कमजोरी बढ़ती जाती है लेकिन घटेगी नहीं. ताकत आएगा नहीं हमको. With every acceptance, we become weaker. With every denial, we become stronger. Acceptance of this Pushpita Vakya, Falashruti Vakya, where we are told कि ये करो, ये करो, ये करो, ये मिलेगा, ये मिलेगा, ये मिलेगा. करेंगे, मिलेगा, लेकिन we miss Bhagwan. Now, how important this portion Bhagavan Krishna is saying. In fact, at one stage of our becoming serious in our sadhana, there is no more important topic than this. Everything in this regard, ki you have to help the world, you have to serve the world, you have to alienate or eliminate the dukkha of the world. Is it not? You have to be part of this world. After all, you are taking so much from the world, you have to give back to the world. You have to practice all the values of Adveshta, Sarvabhutana, Maitra, Karunevacha. At this level, these so seemingly looking good sadhana is also an obstruction. Mind you, only one thing. Till we reach the truth, any pursuit other than trying to reach the truth are obstructions only. Unless we are so strong, strict and ruthless, we can't give up these so many of obligations, so many of temptations, so many of distractions. अब देखो इसमें धर्म को ही भगवान ने छोड़ो कहा परमात्मा को पाने के लिए. If you have to give up dharma only, then how much we have to understand that it is already said that we have to give up all the Pushpita Vakya Falashruti Yukta, all the activities are involvements. पाप आदि तो पहले छोड़ दिए. No more papa. We are punyatma. We are doing sat karma. We are doing wonderfully all the yajna and upasana, and we are getting the result also. Sometimes it is so good that our upasana, our yajna agadi are so perfect. You may have even devata darshanam. You may get even whatever you want it, or they themselves tempt you to give everything. Even all that also is not truth. Truth is something other, something beyond, something within, something infinite, something wonderful, glorious. And always remember, in all these things, there is limitation, there is an endfulness. They have their own bondages there, which we will know when we go there. निरंतर इसलिए भगवान ने हमको यहाँ कहा कि एक्सलेंटली एवं व्यवसितम केचित अविज्ञाय कुबुद्धयः फलश्रुतिम कुसुमिताम वदन्ति न वेदज्ञाहि. देखो, here remember that sentence, blind following the blind, blind leading the blind means this. The Falashruti said in the Shastra is only for Rochana Artha, where we are brought out of the Tamoguna into the activity Rajoguna. From the activity also, by so many of social services are Phala Nirapeksha Karma, we are made to do the Antakarana Shuddhi, even the Sattvic Karma also. But none of them are ultimate goal. Not knowing this demarcation, many of the people talk about the Falashruti Yukta Karma Kanda only. They are not able to guide properly at the ultimate level. Therefore, a guidance is perfect guidance when ultimate is taught, immediate is taught, how to take ourselves from the immediate work sadhana to ultimate. The sequence also is taught. All our Sanatana Dharma, Upanishad, Shastras, Gita talk that only. But those who talk on that, give satsang on that, if they don't have the comprehensive, complete understanding of it, then only one pocket of it they talk about. You understand? It's like that. Out of 5, 6, 7, 10,000 commentaries on Gita, how many of them truly interpret Gita? Only one or two. At the highest cadre of one, Adi Shankara Bhagavan, I can say, and whoever have followed his commentary, they are the only ones. All others who say Gita Rahasya, Gita mein Karma Kand bataya, they are all Pushpita only. That is true, but not ultimate. Everyone's interpretation of Gita is correct at that level, but not ultimate. कोई कहते हैं भक्त बनो गीता में, कोई कहते हैं धर्म का पालना करो, कोई कहते हैं कर्म कांड बताया, and they give so much of Upanishad quotations only to comment on Gita, to say that Gita talks about karma kanda, we have to serve, we have to hear it. अरे बाबा इतना भी करो फिर भी तुम तो इंडिविजुअली रह जाओगे ना. Your individuality has not merged in the totality, no. And they get awards, they get reward, they are given Bharat Ratnas. People enjoy that. ये नाटक चलता है दुनिया में. You understand? If you are not careful, and these things cannot be made comments public also, because वो लोग हाँ भाई ऐसे कैसे कह सकते थे, लड़ेंगे. हमको तो सेफ है. देखो भगवान कृष्ण ने कहा यहाँ, एवं व्यवसितम केचित अभिज्ञाया. People not knowing that the Shruti spoke about Falashruti Yukta Karma Kanda only to inspire us, but otherwise the Shruti's final thought and word is only to know the truth. And all the logics already said, Manushya already is born with all the karma for all the things and all the. Why will Shruti come again, push that fellow who is already in the daldal? बेवकूफ है क्या शास्त्र ऋषि मुनि? ऑलरेडी फंसे उनको और फंसाने के लिए. And the one human being who is already in desires, why should he need the study of Shastra which talk about desire? Already इनके दिमाग में है ही ना. The logics they were given, if you remember that. So therefore, Falashrutim Kushmitam Vadanti and na Vedagnaha. And those are highly evolved. What is the evolution there? Mahadhiya, I said in the morning, Manandukya Upanishad, where they could think about Nitya Anitya, Atma Anatma, Jada Chetana, Shashvata Shashvata, then who seek only Nitya, Shashvata, Aja, Ajara, Vyaya, Vinashi, Ekameva Dvayam, those people don't stop us or encourage us only at the Falashruti level. That type of gurus may not have much of the seekers or followers. That doesn't matter. But that is the ultimate truth. Is it not the Ayurveda? Wonderful treatment, but they are not at all गिराक. Patients भी वहाँ नहीं जाते, पढ़ने वाले पढ़ाने वाले कम है. 20 years back तो इतना भी नहीं था. आज थोड़ा सा because of competition, so everywhere again Ayurveda चल रहा है. But before that, though it is so valuable, nobody cared it. So people don't follow doesn't mean that thing is not great, and people follow it lavishly doesn't mean it is great. That is, even in Suprabhatam and all, I always quote, so much I've said to Venkateswara Swami, हम ये करेंगे, वो करेंगे, हमको bless करो. But ultimately, परस्मै ब्रह्मणे पूर्ण कामाय परम आत्मने प्रयुंजे परतत्वाय वेंकटेशाय मंगलम. That is ultimate. Is it clear to you now? Anybody says, including your own mind, including Shastra, including so-called great people who talk about doing this or that to achieve this or that, other than the absolute truth, they are all Pushpita Vakya, Falashruti Vakya. You may follow, you may get the result, but you are missing the truth. Na Vedagnya Vadanti. A Vedagnya never talk about that. Beautiful this one. Because this is the only thing when we study and become convinced about the truth as our goal, and only when we take the truth as goal and pursue that, remember that we will be freeing ourselves in our own mind from the cravings of the mithya jagata, which जितना भी आप पाओ और भी चाहत बढ़ता है, और जितना भी पाओ और भी चीजें भी बढ़ते रहते हैं, उसका कोई अंत ही नहीं होता. And in every life that way, from birth to death, keeping so many things in our mind as sankalpa and desire, like a buffaloes only, or whatever you call, we keep on working. One of the examples given, our human life is like that, no? Like that bulls, which are tied to those oil taking out, those ganuga कहते तेलुगु में, it goes on moving. वहां तेल निकल रहा है, इसके लिए कुछ नहीं है, घूमी जा रहा है. Even our life also like that. We have to, very important, we have to pause and think. Yes, when we were in the world, when we worked, we got money. With the money we exchanged, we got the things. We spread through the money. People respected us. People loved us. They gave us big, big awards, rewards. They has put us in the list of some VIPs or सब है. But we have to be very subtle here. You can't do it by getting misguidance by others. Each one has to think about, is that ultimate? Is it not the happiness which came and went away? Was it not the conditional one? Was it not limited one? We have to pause. Such person only becomes an Nachiketa and Prahlada who say ये सब हमको नहीं चाहिए. हमको तो वो चाहिए. जिसको पाने का कुछ पाने की जरूरत नहीं की, जानने की जरूरत नहीं होगी. कस्मिन् भगो विज्ञाते सर्वमिदं विज्ञातम भवति. देखो देखो, रुकना नहीं वहां पहुंचने तक, कहीं भी इधर उधर झुकना नहीं, सरकना नहीं. See, Lord Krishna's kindness, compassion. देखो, he is not asking even Uddhava to come to him into Vaikuntha Loka. चलो वहां हम सत्संग करेंगे, बातें करेंगे, मिलेंगे. No, from here only as a human you pursue the ultimate and reach. Never ever get carried away. Anybody's Pushpita Vakya, Falashruti Vakya. A flowery language telling about do this and that, tempting with that phala. Pushpa and phala, please remember. Pushpa is a flowery language. Phala is tempting with the result. So do this, you will get that. It's like all advertisement that happen in the world get carried away so much that we don't even think what is needed by us, needed for us. यार क्या जरूरत है बिना देखे ही ऐसे सब कचरे की चीज खरीद के रखते हैं. We don't even use them. Even here also in Laukika Jivana, common sense is lost for us as to what are the needs, what are the not needs. Non-needing things we made as need and we keep our house filled with. Never use them. किसी ने एडवर्टाइजमेंट दिया तो दिमाग होना चाहिए कि जरूरत है कि नहीं. 95%, ये तो आपको अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, आई नो. 95% or even more than that, the things are thoped on us though we don't need them. Whatever the productivity in the whole universe that is happening, 90 to 95% are non-necessary only. Spiritual के दृष्टि से 100% not necessary except Paramatma. You understand? Those were the days of simple living and high thinking. Now, highest life of standard of living is there, but standard of life is substandard. I like this portion, Baba. Evam Vyavasitam is this being so, that in the Shastra, the Falashruti said only for Rochana, but the Shastra's purpose is only to guide us toward the ultimate truth. Not knowing this, Kubuddhayaha, their buddhis are polluted. They are Mahadhiyaha, like in the morning class. Kubuddhayaha. Same point in the morning class tomorrow it will be said in a deeper, higher manner. वो अल्टीमेट है, फिर उसको कोई पार नहीं कर सकते. इस एक्सप्लेनेशन को वो पार करता है. उसमें तो कहते हैं ज्ञेय वस्तु पर ब्रह्म के बिना द अदर 3 एस्पेक्ट्स, all of them are mithya only. They are only upalambha eva. Satyam nasti tatra. Gneyad anyatra. Agnatra vigneyat upalambha trishu smita. Gneya, apya, pakya, gneya, Gneya, Apya, Pakya, and fourth thing they use. In that all the 4, only Gneya is Paramatma is truth. All other 3 are only Upalambha. They are only Vyavahara, not real. वो ultimate है. कल आप देखेंगे वो ये और कंपेयर करना. Here तो he says Kubuddhaya Falashrutim Kusmitam Vadanti Na Vedagnaha Vadanti. Become deep. Why I am pausing is because this is a very crucial topic of Bhagavata, crucial junction in our spirituality also. If this one is understood, we take such a sharp turn and mode in our life. Mudna. Ki, once we take that very sharp tunnel or the turn, which appears to be difficult, once you take it and go a little ahead, what you see a beautiful, lavish, green pastures, lands of all luxuries and joys, spiritual luxuries and joys. If you don't take right turn there and take a wrong left turn, back to the same place where we are, we come to. That of samsara, where karta with the karma phalapeksha, doing the karma, of course that karma may be punya karma, that karma may be yajna karma, ये उपासना कर्म, and with that he gets great results also. but फिर घूम फिरा के फिर इधर ही पृथ्वी में फेंकेंगे उसको. खत्म हो गया, उधर जाके कमा के आओ। लाइक आफ्टर 6 months इन अमेरिका में से धक्का दे के इंडिया को भेजते हैं, गो टू इंडिया एंड गेट योर अगेन वॉट एवर पासपोर्ट और वीजा और परमिशन. In this way, every year, lakhs of people spend lakhs of rupees every year only to come back and again apply and get it go there. If this left or wrong turn is taken, but once this right turn is taken, what is the right turn taken? I am not getting carried away by any sort of pushpita vakya from within the mind is tempting or from without anybody is saying. Even when the guru come and says, "Beta, तुम ये पुण्य कर्म करो, इनको बढ़िया मिलेगा," you should deny. In fact, if he is a Sadguru, he will not tell that. He will not tell that. Luckily to Gurudev, that type of gurus he got. In fact, Shivananda Maharaj was busy in social services and all. Though he is a great realized saint, he found himself कि Tapovan Maharaj can guide Gurudev more. Why? Tapovan Maharaj has no second agenda than the truth. It is lucky of Gurudev that Shivanandaji did not hold Gurudev, sent him to Maharaj. Maharaj understood. They are all such a highly evolved Mahatmas, they are not as they are seen outside. Their contacts are inside. They are not separate from each other. They have total coordinated, integrated effort in evolving the jivas. Remember, we know Gurudev was sent from Shivananda Maharaj, Tapan Maharaj. How many have left Tapan Maharaj and came to Shivanandaji? We don't know. Because could not withstand to that strictness of working only for the absolute truth. He never compromised. You understand? To the name or fame or the glory, many people tempted Maharaj Tapan ji कि हम आपको महामंडलेश्वर बनाएंगे. क्यों मुझे फंसाना है? The Raja of Narendra Nagar, the Tehri, you can read his stories. He said nothing doing. I can't be. No Falashruti, no Pushpita Vakya. Because Gurudev went there, he reached it quickly. Why I am saying this one is, people around us were so loving and kind. Alone, honestly they tell us, but what they tell us is misguidance. Remember it. Vedagnaha navadanti. Those who have understood the sara or marma of the Veda, they cannot give value to any doing and gaining more than knowing and being of the truth. Unless that type of powerful conviction comes in us, that knowing truth alone is mukti, and that conviction is followed by the commitment that other than that I don't want anything else, so we can never come out of. In fact, that conviction is called as coming out of Maya. If that conviction is not there, we are again and again sold out to something or the other. It can be so-called looking spiritual only. I start a big organization and I start so many ashramas. All of them are फिर फंसाने का ही है. After knowing the truth to serve people, you may do it. Before knowing the truth also, as a sadhana, you can do it. But there is always danger. You may start it as sadhana only, but it becomes a burden. The other day, somebody I was talking to, I was given such a wonderful ashram. I was so tempted when I was made Mandaladishwara or whatever it may be. 7, 8 ashrams were under me now given. I took it so wonderfully. मैंने कहा इतना जन्म का पुण्य है. I became Mandaladishwar. I took it. Within 6, 7 months, now I understood. I have no time getting for my own dhyana, abhyas, etc. In this ashram, ये गड़बड़, उधर वो गड़बड़, इधर ये करो. I become more samsari. That Mahatma was sharing. It is true, no? Once you establish in the truth, everything Maya Mithya, Ishvara works through you. But other than that, at any time, even यहाँ भी माया फंसा है देखो उनको. Even Yamadharmana said, no, he knowingly that this yajna will lead me to a Maha great Yamapada, but it is not greater than Paramatma. Yet I sought it. देखो अभी मैं Yamadharmana बना, सब भागते मेरे को देखकर. जानामि अहं सेवधिः इति अनित्यम्. नहीं अध्रुवैः प्राप्यते हि ध्रुवं तत् ततो मया नाचिकेतः चितोग्निः अनित्यैः द्रव्यैः प्राप्तवान् अस्मि नित्यम्. But somehow living in that Yamapada only, he has tried himself best and sought whatever the gurus or contemplation. He reached truth. He became qualified guru to teach Nachiketa. But he was talking about those days. ये पूरा हमको समझकर कुछ भी हो किसी भी कीमत में सिवाय परमात्मा का हमको और कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए. Discovering ourselves, which is one without second, must be the only goal. As we were saying yesterday, day before, if you remember, let it take million lives. But we will not say anything other than it as goal. ले लो जितना टाइम चाहिए भगवान, जब देना हमको वही चाहिए, बाकी कुछ नहीं. And anything even I want, you don't give. You teach me in such a way, treat me in such a way, train me in such a way that I get out of all my pushpita vakya and falashruti yukta thoughts from my own mind. No, these are all very sublime, subtle prayers. हर एक को करने की हिम्मत नहीं होता. आज के दिन तो हमारा मन इतना सीकिंग कर दिए वर्ल्ड में कि दैट पर्सन शुड लव मी, दिस ऑब्जेक्ट शुड कम टू मी, दिस रेस्पेक्ट शुड कम टू मी. These are all the desires of ego only, desires in the mind only, desire for the temporary world only, desires binding us to the world only, desires taking us away from Paramatma only. But do we understand that? Even after studying Shastra for such a long time also, such convictions won't come. Then what will be the lot of that person? It's about us only. Bhagavan says, Pushpita Vakya. That's also Uddhava surrendered to Krishna. Krishna understood that surrender. Then only he had trust in Uddhava. Therefore, he gave the ultimate. Never get away, carried away by Pushpita Vakya of anyone. They are not Vedajnaha. भैया भाई हम कैसे हम फंस रहे हैं, खुद भी फंसते हैं, दूसरों को मौका देते हैं हमको फंसाने का. आप नहीं फंसना. Every time, this is a continuous battle going on. The Ravana shoots the arrow and Rama also shoots the arrow. The Ravana is everything which is about Pushpita Vakya Parashruti. As a Rama, you yourself have to shoot the another arrow which says, no, it is not permanent. Permanent is Paramatma. Only that I seek. Only that I seek. Only that I seek. Study about the ultimate truth. Seek only the ultimate truth. Walk towards the ultimate truth. Till the ultimate truth is reached, don't stop. Arise, awake, start not till the goal is reached. This sentence is interpreted by all people that Vivekananda is saying that you reach your goal of any worldliness. No, he said the goal cannot be two. Paramatma alone can be the goal. All other things are goal. Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapya Vara, Nivodata. How? That Drishyate to Agrya Buddhya Sukshmya Sukshmadarshvi Esha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Gudha Atmanam Prakashate. This is the complete context of that particular mantra. He says Paramatma is goal. He is very much in the cave of your own heart. You have to go to the Guru and being blessed by him. You get inside by his grace step by step and discover him inside. Mind you, at every moment it is a path of a razor's edge. Kshurasya dhara, nishita, duratya, durgam, badastat kavayo vadanti. After saying so, he himself takes the Guru position and then tells Nachiketa the meditative, contemplative slokas. Ashabdam asparsham rupa vachayat tatarasam nityamagandhavas durat sudure tadihantique cha pashyatsi haiva nihitam guhayam. It's a beautiful portion of Kathoparishad. This is called maturity. Is it not? Maturity is not getting frustrated in the world because desires are not fulfilled. Maturity is not fulfilling the desires in the world by using all the abilities of intelligence and hard work. Maturity is not praying to the Lord, doing all upasanas to fulfill the desire. The real maturity is knowing all of them are unlimited, untrue, unreal, seeking only the true and real. उस दिन हम अपना जन्मदिन मना सकते हैं. उसी दिन हम सच्चे शिष्य बनते हैं, सच्चे आध्यात्मिक साधक बनते हैं. And that day only the Guru and the God looks at us with a different face of glow in their face, with a sign of welcome, sign of joy. Till that moment, when we take the support of Guru and God only for the worldly things, they give everything, but not with that satisfaction or smile. फंसा हुआ है रे, अभी भी समझ नहीं आ रहा है इसको, क्या मांगना है, क्या चाहना है, क्या पाना है. That's what they do. Is it not? Wonderful portion. And such people, how do they live life? Kaminaha, Krupanaha, Lubdhaha, Pushpeshu, Falabuddhayaha, Agnimugdhaha, Dhumatantaha, Samlokam, Navidantite. Such people never know their own world of inner self. which is vast, which is infinite, which is so sublime, which is never ending, where there's no other thing other than it to frighten it or threaten it or trouble it. It is bliss and bliss and bliss and bliss alone. Na vidantite. Samlokam na vidantite. They will know, they will never understand that there is something called as a deepermost self, and it is infinite and it is one without second. Identifying with it frees one from all the limitations and bondages. ये विषय सुनने को भी उसको मौका या टाइम या कैपेसिटी नहीं रहता. सुनने के बाद, समझने के बाद, प्रयत्न करने के बाद पहुंचना. While doing all this Pushpita Vakya, Phalashruti Vakya will again and again come and try to pull us down. Swam lokam navidanti. And what do they do whole life? Kaminaha. They are all full of desires of this world. Become very conscious of this shloka. These shlokas have to be chanted more than your Gayatri mantras, your Om Namah Shiva mantras, your all the Japa mantra. कोई फायदा नहीं उनसे. Except a pseudo satisfaction ki I have done this time, this many time mantras, those many mantras. I'll put it in positive way. Because you have done so many mantrocharanas of that Bhagavan is blessing to give us that knowledge, which is a result of all that you understand, that don't get carried away by the Pushpita Vakya and become Kami and Krupana and Lubdha. Then you will miss your samloka. You seek your samloka only, don't get carried away. Therefore, chanting this mantra is more useful than the other mantras. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय. क्या है उससे, कब होगा भगवान की कृपा, अंतःकरण शुद्धि? ये तो सीधी बात कह रहे हैं. These are all Pushpita Vakya. Don't get carried away with them. You just study only the Vakya which talk about the truth. It's direct. It is immediate. That's why there's no greater thing than the Vedanta, which straight away denies the world as Mithya and tells the Paramatma as truth and gives the path for Paramatma, Supreme Self. बाकी सब छोटे छोटे बच्चों के लिए, और हम जब छोटे थे हम सब के लिए वो भी जरूरती था. अब बड़े बनना है. A day should come in our life where all upasana, all japa, everything we should give secondary importance. It should continue, नहीं तो और फंस जाएंगे. वो थोड़ा थोड़ा, it should be a patching. It's like cement. Cement is not the wall. Bricks are the wall. To put the bricks together, cement is put. So the bricks aspect is the Vedantic Vicharana. Cement is all your other upasanas. But primarily only Tattva Chintana, Tattva Vicharana, Tattva Bodha Vakya, Atma Bodha Vakya. These only we have to. Then only the maturity comes. Then only the Gambhirata will come. Then only we go near to the truth, which is very sublime and subtler, not otherwise. So Kaminaha, desires, filled with desires of this world or the other world, and variety of the world, variety of the objects. Therefore, Krupanaha. No, these are the things we have to pause and go so deep in detailed inquiry. Ki what a deenata we have throughout the day. Like a beggar, like a leprosy person, हाथ पैर टूटा है और दुनिया में कोई रोड पे या कि स्ट्रीट में या कहीं रेलवे स्टेशन में रेल में जो भीख मांगते हैं ना, दैट्स कॉल्ड कृपणा. We are like that only, Krupana. Because the Kamana inside, in front of the Kamana fulfilling objects or people or even the Devatas, we are Dina, Bhik Mang rahe hum. Sharam karo. You are the king when you discover your own Atmaloka. No, this is the crucial most topic in life. As I said just now, once you take this type of turn, you are the king. You are the royal person. No thing in the world can cow you down. देखो वहां नचिकेत के सामने यमराज झुक गए, डर गए, उनको 3 बूंद बोल के 5 दे दिया उन्होंने. With his choice of seeking only the ultimate truth, the small bachcha of 5-6 साल नचिकेता made even Yamadharmaraja feel sharam. You see it to the other side. Yamadharmaraja of such a huge age and big job became very small in front of Nachiketa because he is holding on to the Yama Padavi and all the enjoyment that comes to Yama Padavi. That topic I am telling minus Yamadharmaraja is Brahmagnani. If he is not a Yamadharmaraja, is not a Brahmagnani, if he is only Yamapada, you have to bend in front. सबसे छोटे बंदे को सबसे बड़ा बनाता है आत्मज्ञानम। और अनात्म कामना सबसे बड़े बंदे को ही छोटा बना देता है। सबसे बड़ा कौन है? आत्मस्वरूप ब्रह्म स्वरूप ही है। छोटा बनाना मतलब बिकम जीवा, आइडिया देह, वांट शब्द स्पर्श रूप रसगंधा, begging sukha from them, and to get that, what we are asking and all. And wherever you ask begging, no, shops के सामने रोज beggars आते हैं. They are routine, those owners of shop. मत आओ, कल आओ, परसों आओ, नहीं देंगे हम. All devatas also, I'll not give you. You have not done puja properly. You have not done the ucharana mantra properly. फिर से application भरो बाद में. And we don't feel that insult because our mind is overpowered by desire so much. It's like कुत्ते का जीवन है. कुत्ते को जितना भी भगाओ फिर भी वो कोशिश करता ही रहता है कुछ ना कुछ वहां से लेके जाना. Only कुत्ता only. दीना कामिन्या और कृपणाः. Sorry, second one is कामिनः कृपणाः. And lubdhaha. Lubdha means what? Lobhi. Lobhi means greedy. Never satisfied. Again I want, again I want, again I want. Same thing I want repeated, or newer I things I want. Such people, what is pushpeshu phala buddhaya? Means the pushpita vakya जिसमें ये पाना वो पाना ये करना है, उसी को फला मतलब मोक्ष मतलब ultimate पुरुषार्थ. That's how they are convinced in their mind. That's called phala buddhaya. As I am telling you million times, these slokas, this topic can never be understood unless one is so much faith has got in the Guru and Shastra. नहीं तो उनको इसको सुनकर डर लगता है, भाग जाएगा. हर मुझे सब कुछ छोड़ने को कह रहे हैं, कुछ भी नहीं पाने को कह रहे हैं. Then my life will be empty. That's what they think. And their minds are so overpowered, like a Christian converting a Hindu. Once he is converted, he lost only the Sanatana's glory. How do they do that जादू माया? I don't know. जन्मों से वो सनातन धर्म में रहने वाले हैं. 2-4 दिन वो बेवकूफ लोग आके कुछ कह देते हैं. These get carried away. Very surprising, I tell you. And to pull them back to our Sanatan Dharma, we have to work so much hard. There are some organizations working every day, 30-20 people, they are pulling back to our Hinduism. Great work they are doing. That's totally different topic. I just gave an example. In the same way, this Pushpita Vakya shows to us that alone is phala to be sought. Then Kaminaha, Lubdhaha, Kripanaha, Pushpetu Faradrushtayaha. Then what do? Agnimugdaha, Dhumatantaha. They are so fascinated by, Mugdha means fascinated by, the Agni means the Yagna Yaga. धूम धड़ाके से करेंगे वो. क्या मिलेगा उनको धूम धड़ाके से करके? धूमतांता. They only end up in fog and smoke. One thought we'll share today. Little subtle it is. I don't know whether you will listen or it not, understand it or not, accept or not. We will share it. What's that? Anything having gained, still if there's no contentment or satisfaction, that is not gain at all. वो कामना जिसके पूर्णता के बाद फिर भी कामना का उत्पन्न है या बाकी है, तो then what you have done and achieved is not ultimate. That's why I said very tough. And any kamana having gained which there's no other kamana is born, that is the real thing. Become little subtle, little careful. Isn't it? Other than Paramatma, every kamana purti will leave us again empty. Because they're all unreal, they're like mirage water. Only the kamana of Paramatma, when we put effort and reach, there is a Purnata. Because Paramatma is Satya, Paramatma is Purna, Paramatma alone is Nitya. Therefore, here we have to use our intelligence and common sense. Should we seek the permanent or should we seek the temporary? This is called maturity. Then take your decision. And stick to that positive decision. In between, whenever we are little weaker, that thought of Pushpita Phalavakya comes. We have to be very careful not to be carried away. कामिन्यः कृपणाः लुब्धाः पुष्पेषु फलबुद्धयः अग्निमुग्धाः धूमतान्ताः समलोकम न विदन्ति ते. आई टेल यू ना, उनको कभी अंतर्मुखता होगा ही नहीं, विचार शक्ति होगा ही नहीं, विचारणा. They can never get a chance to listen to a guru who will talk about Tattva and Atma, which is beyond these three dehas, three gunas, three avasthas, panchakoshas. आत्मा कः स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण शरीरात् व्यतिरिक्तः पंचकोशातीतः सन् अवस्थात्रय साक्षी सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप सन् यः तिष्ठति सः आत्मा. To this sublime glorious truth they get never exposed. That's the meaning of some lokam na vidanti. And while saying this Bhagwan is expressing that type of emotion. यार कुछ है तो तुम्हारे है आत्मलोक में है. There's nothing in any other anatma loka. Some lokam means you are the king there. You are the leader there. You are the commanding person there. It's bliss yours. Eternal it is. You are not having it. And in these all kamana, kripata and kubuddhi, we only are dina. दे दो दे दो दे दो दे दो दे दो. अब देने के बाद भी तृप्ति नहीं है. और दे दो और दे दो. लोभ. Now, one thought I'll share with you today. Ki all these, whether listening to others or ourselves conceiving as desire anything other than Paramatma, is all trick in the mind. If you can understand it by all means, any means and every means, and stick to that point, is a tricking the mind. If I give the value, it become valuable. If not, it will not be. Then we'll be able to slowly rise above that. If that way it is not understood, then we get carried away. Yeah? The mind itself is Maya at play in our individual level. And any our spiritual sadhanas, remember, एक बार से नहीं होते. You may conquer at that time. But again, next time it will come with a double force. It will defeat us. 2 times we may conquer. It will come 5th time, 10th time. Till we reach Paramatma, this kind of jnanino, nityavairina, kamarupena, kaunte, dushpurena, analena cha. From that ultimate understanding standpoint, Bhagavan Krishna gave these shlokas. बेटा इनसे बच के रहना. लेकिन शत्रु ना किसी भी तरह से गिराने का कोशिश, वो हर एक कमजोरी को देखता ही रहता है. You know, when Lakshmana and Indrajit were fighting, both were looking for the shortcomings and loopholes of each other, and both of them were very careful about their own shortcomings and loopholes. So they were not allowing them to express, giving chance to the other person or the enemy. So too, these Maya, the mind, the Kamana, looking for the weak points or loopholes in us. थोड़ा मौका दिया हमने, बस गयो. कभी भी ऐसा नहीं सोचना मैंने माया को कांकर कर दी, मन को कांकर कर दी, दुनिया को कांकर कर दी. नो 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 नो. Till you reach the absolute truth, nirantar in that humbleness, humility, maturity, holding on to the feet of Guru, Shastra and Bhagwan, नहीं छोड़ना. इस तरफ देखना भी नहीं. And at the highest level of prayer, what a bhakta or a jignasu prays is, Bhagwan, kill me if required, but don't make me turn towards anything other than you. That's what Sita entering Agni. I want Rama, otherwise ready to die. There are only 2 things in the world, Rama or Kama. If you don't want Rama, the Kama will burn you. If you want Rama, you have to burn Kama. I want nothing. I want only the Lord. And that in the devotional aspect, मेरा जीवन अधूरा है बिना भगवान का. हर क्षण, हर पल. You know, these things only we have to listen again and again and again. These are all brainwash of that brain which was infected by all the virus of Kama, Kripana and Lubdha. These are all cleansing. These are all distillation. These are all removal of the kachra. Such type of listenings. Listen again and again, repeatedly. Now you and I have to take one vow today onward. Char char do do. Towards the date, 4th April 22. We will only listen to those shastras which forcefully tell us about Paramatma alone has to be goal. All other, how much good, glorious they may look like, let us not waste time to go for them. कुछ भी नहीं. Only. We have very less time. Let us feel like that. We have to reach to a more thing. Continuously, we spend 24 hours for that. So to do that, where from the energy inspiration comes? Only when we listen. ऐसे कुछ बढ़िया बढ़िया किताबें हैं, पढ़ो आप. One of them is this Bhagavata, this portion only. Then chant this Gita 15 or 16 chapters. Then read some books, pure Pakka Vedanta. Read Tapan Maharaj's literature. You will never fall. एंड योग वासिष्ठ यू स्टडी. मांडुक्य तो अल्टीमेट है, अगर समझ पाते हो तो. मांडुक्य का ट्रैक ही डिफरेंट है. यू आर नॉट गिवन ए चांस ओनली. It is a put in the jail or the hostel and you are made to become Anvit Brahmagnani if you take admission in that. There are some Ayurvedic institutions all over India. They charge 50,000 per month. And what they give? सिर्फ नींबू पानी and some sprouts. इतना भूखे रख रख के हमको सीधा करते हैं. They do all massages, oil and all. हमको इतना fasting करा के whatever खचरा is there removed. They make us so lighter, so energetic, so bright and brilliant without feeding anything and taking so much of money. Mandukya Upanishad, if you enter into that, it is like that. That is ultimate. उसके आगे तो और कुछ नहीं. But such texts which talk about only truth, the Tripura Rahasyams, the Rubhu Gitas, all these great textbooks, Ashtavakra Gita, इसको हमें पढ़ना है. Upanishads all talk about that. For you and me, a confidential discussion. Though it is in public, but nobody listens it anyway. Nothing else. Let us not go into Agni Mugdata Dhumatantaha. It's such an idiom, Agni Mugdha Dhumatanta. He is so enchanted by the fiery Agnas and come back with tears in eyes because Dhuma. सारा धुआं लगकर वापस आ गए. Dhuma is Dhuma, Dhuma also is Bhasma. What do you get out of Yagna? Only Bhasma only. और आंखों में पानी. It's a very sarcastic way of saying, but that's the meaning. That in any Falashruti and Pushpita Vakya Yukta Karma and Karma Phala, the end is this only. Okay, then we will see next one. Ki nate mam angajanante hrudistamya idam tataha ukta shastrahi asutrupaha yatha nihara chakshushaha. See this one. Each shloka has to be very, very deeply felt and understood. Hey Anga, taking Uddhavaji so confidentially. Bhagavan says, Hey Anga, oh my dear child, te mam na jananti. Such people never know me, the absolute truth, which is their own self. Jananti, and where am I? Hrudishtam. And after discovering me in their own Hrudaya, where am I thereafter? Yaha idam tataha. The one who is permeating everything. The all-pervading truth which is in our own heart, we have to discover. Never ever we will be able to do that if we have this way, Agni Mugdaha Dhumatantaha Swamlokam Navidanti Kaminaha Krupanaha Lubdaha Pushpesha Phalabuddhayaha Nate Mamangate Jananti. They will never know the absolute me. Nate Mamanga Jananti Hrudistam, I am in their own heart. Yaha idam tataha, the one who is permeating outside in the entire world. And what do they do? Ukta shastraha. For them, the astra shastra is their own karma kanda, which they are inspired because of the Pushpita Vakya Falashruti. And Asutrupaha, the entire life is in giving trupti only to their indriyas, their own deha. इंद्रियों को भोग से तृप्ति करा के थक जाकर देह को निद्रा से तृप्ति कराते. And then they come little to the mind level. They have some feelings, emotions, enchantments, attachments. That also is bhoga. When I am attached to someone, love someone, they also love me. That also a manasika bhoga. Unless that love is from the standpoint of Paramatma, who is everywhere. That everything is same Atma. Love is purest, immaculate, ultimate love. That love has no limitation, no condition, no biasness, not even an expression. That love is not expressed, it's only experienced. Self alone is everywhere, is a love. That love is not explained, not expressed. No need to be expressed that. But all other love where we have seeing person somebody as other than us and giving some seva, giving some give, ये सब भी संसार है, ये भी भोग है, मानसिक भोग. That's what asutrupaha includes all that. Ukta shastraha, shastra asutrupaha. And yatha nihara chakshushaha. They are like what? Nihara chakshu means you can call it as a cataract in the eye. Or they want to see Surya, but in between the entire mist is there. गर्मियों में, सर्दियों में, नॉर्थ इंडिया में. They can't see sun because nihara. Zero visibility it is. They can't see. In the same way, such people are covering their vision by this Ukta Shastratva, Asutrupatva in the action, because the earlier shloka said, Kaminaha Krupanaha Lubdaha. Such people, Hey Anga Te Mamna Jananti. And where am I there for them to see? Do they need to travel physically a distance of 100 kilometer, 200 kilometer, 1000 kilometer, 10,000 kilometer? Do they need to cross this bhuloka and go to any other loka to reach me? In the same way, that much distance they have to travel to reach me. Obviously, time and distance are mutually related. Of course, the speed is another parameter. Therefore, they need so much of time. मुझे पाने के लिए इतना दूर आना है, इतना दूर आने के लिए इतना टाइम लगता है और उसके लिए इतना मेहनत है. ऐसा है क्या? ना. हृदय स्तंभ. Bhagavan is here and now. But he is sent so much far away that not now, millions of lives, we are not seeing him. What is that gap or distance creating thing between me and my own God or self? This is the Pushpita Vakya, Falashruti Vakya, where we are pushed to become Agni Mugdhaha, and we are fully busy in Ukta Shastra, and while doing karma, we get the result Asutrupaha. Now, how deeply seriously we have to contemplate on this mantra till the essence of that is got. And the essence should give us such a sigh of relief. Now I found where am I going wrong. Now I understood what I have to correct myself in. And if you and I are at this level really able to properly apprehend and appreciate this mantra, I tell you, we are very honest. We are pure. We are without any malice. We are humble. We are simple. Seeing all that, we are being blessed by Lord Krishna and Gurudev and all the Bhagavata Acharyas, all the avatars in Bhagavad. If we are able to apprehend and appreciate what is said in this portion. And if one is convinced about this, thereafter sadhana automatically happens through us. Rather, other than sadhana, we can't do anything. क्योंकि बाकी सब अग्निमुग्ध धूमता आता है वो. I don't want that. It's all Nihara Chakshu is covering my vision from the ultimate truth. I want to see the Lord who is there in my own heart. After seeing him, he is everywhere. Now, unless to this deep level of understanding and conviction we get, unless we get here, we will not be able to conquer our vasanas, conquer our habits, conquer the inner pressure, conquer outer temptations. To be very careful about this portion, to make use of this portion, we have to remember all the examples, good and bad, of this world. Those people who have sacrificed their life but never compromised with what they wanted. They may be our own freedom fighters. सर कटा सकते हैं लेकिन सर झुका सकते नहीं. अपनी आजादी को हम गर्गिज मिटा सकते नहीं. It can be a Nachiketas who are ready to embrace the death for knowing the truth. It is like Prahladas who say, you may kill me by all means, but I will not agree for anything other than Narayana being the absolute truth. Even for this sake, the negative examples of Ravana, Hiranyakashipu also you have to take up to the level of their tapasya till they invoked the Bhagavan's arrival. After Bhagavan came, then what desire they asked for, how tyrannical Rakshasas they became, and how they themselves brought their mrityu, वो अलग topic है. taking all that examples, we have to strengthen ourselves in this understanding and conviction. ऐसे जितने भी आपको दिखते हैं शास्त्रों में, जहाँ लोग अपने जो कन्विक्शन है उसको फॉलो करने के लिए अपने जीवन को भी न्योछावर करते, टेक मोर एंड मोर ऑफ पॉजिटिव. I also must become so strong to become convinced about it. कि anything other than Paramatma is not worthful, it's worthless. Even if Bhagavan only comes and tells, that's what example I am telling today 12th time about Nachiketa. और भगवान खुद ही आकर सब टेम्प्ट करते हैं, तो भक्त कहता है नहीं चाहिए. डिडंट वी स्टडी दिस एटलीस्ट 10 times in the Bhagavata earlier? न सार्वभौमं न रसाधिपत्यं न पारमेष्ट्यं न योग सिद्धि अपुनर्भवं वा. In the Vritrasura Charitra, in the Rantideva Charitra, in all of that we saw such great bhaktas are wanting to know the truth. They were tempted with all this Sarvabhaumatva, Rasatalatva, Pada, even the Swarga, they said, we don't want nothing. We don't want anything. और ये बात जब सुनते हैं ना, डरो मत, अपने आप को कमजोर मत करना. ऐसा नहीं कहना कि मैं तो छोटा बंदा हूं, मैं ऐसा कैसा. अरे वो छोटा होना इसके लिए काल भी लेते हैं. रिमेंबर, टू बिकम स्पिरिचुअल, द बिगेस्ट क्वालिफिकेशन इज यू हैव टू बी स्मॉलेस्ट. If you are simpler than simple, smaller than smallest, the Lord has kept you like that only to pull us towards Him. Because the other people who are bigger in this world, with the arrogance of being bigger, they are far away from Paramatma. You are so simple and humble, therefore you are qualified for spirituality. अगर हम MLA MP हो गए तो सुनने को थोड़ी आओगे क्लास में, स्वामी को ही सुनाओगे. कितने MLA MP लोग अकड़ के गुरुओं के सामने खड़े होते हैं और गुरु लोग भी नमस्कार करते हैं उनको. बीइंग हम्बल एंड सिंपल, स्वामी मैं कुछ नहीं जानता, मेरे को कुछ नहीं आता, यू आर द हाईली क्वालिफाइड. क्योंकि यहाँ कुछ जानने का हुआ ही नहीं है सिवाय परमात्मा का. कुछ आने का भी नहीं पता है. वेरी गुड. यू आर जीरो टैलेंटेड, या यू आर नॉट एट ऑल अचीव्ड एनीथिंग, या यू आर हाईली क्वालिफाइड. बिकॉज आपके अंदर कचरा साफ करने वाला कम है. बट दोस वीकनेस यू हैव टू ड्रॉप. You have something, therefore you cannot get everything called as Lord. We have nothing, therefore we are the only one, we are giving everything, we are given everything called as God. You are not famous in the world? Yeah, lucky you are. You don't have any name and fame? Yeah, nothing. Good, you can do spirituality. कोई भी आपको तंग नहीं करेंगे. No, if I am able to do 6 classes per day, the only reason is मुझे कोई पूछता नहीं, कोई बुलाता नहीं. मैं जिंदा हूँ एक बंदा करके, nobody knows. That is a big advantage. Is it not? If you take it that way, there's no greater blessing than this. आराम से अपने शास्त्र पढ़ते हुए, it's a revelation, it's an enjoyment. In the same way, when nothing is there for us, we can focus on God more and more. Rather, what is the subtle point here? To become a bhakta and jnani, having nothing is the important qualification. Therefore, even if you feel मैं छोटा बंदा, मेरे संस्कृत पढ़ना नहीं आता, श्लोक कुछ नहीं आने का, बस इस पॉइंट को समझो. Knowing the self or the truth is the goal. Other than that, everything is goal. Intensify this desire, intensify this thought, get convinced about this. Day in and day out, keep on thinking. अब देखो, इतने जन्म सालों से हम पढ़ रहे हैं ना, still we are waiting for some an anchor, no? अभी तक नहीं मिला ना, ये वाला anchor पकड़ो. I have to develop my conviction that seeking truth alone is ultimate. Other than it, everything is only Agni Mugdha Dhomatanta. It is Pushpita and Phala Shruti Vakya. They are nothing but binding me to make me only as Krupana and Lubdha and Kami. They are all most dangerous things. ऐसा समझते हुए truth alone to be sought. If we can strengthen ourselves, then you are doing the best thing. वो जब स्ट्रांग होता है ना, साधना अपने आप फिर होएगा बाद में. That's what I said 3 days back. When your desire for making a house is strong, obviously then you look into your provident fund, your bank balances, then the loan from the people, then the girvi pe rakhna, sona agara, and then all that you plan automatically when your desire for making a house is stronger. Is it not? So too the desire to know truth is stronger, then the Viveka, Vairagya, going to the Guru, studying Shastra and contemplation, Priya will follow. भगवान कृष्ण के मुख से निकलने वाला सबसे बड़ा आशीर्वाद और कुछ है तो ये है, न ते मामंग जानन्ति हृदिस्थम यय हृदिस्थम यह इदम ततः उक्त शस्त्राः हि असुत्रुपः यथा निहार चक्षुषः. हो गया. नौ ते मे मतम अभिज्ञाय परोक्षम विषयात्मकाः हिंसायां यदि रागः स्यात् यज्ञ एव न चोदना. Exactly at this shloka yesterday also we stopped. What we spoke yesterday, same shlokas we did today also, because that's an important topic. इसी टॉपिक को 10 बार पढ़ के कन्विक्शन पाना एक्चुअली तो. Then Bhagavan takes up another topic here of people on the name of Bhagavan or Upasana only, they start doing the himsa. The pasu himsa in the yajna and the other type of himsa. It's a very crucial, subtle topic. We will not develop it very detail and deeply as we developed the earlier topic. तो उतना जरूरत नहीं उसका, though it can be done. We only see the literal meaning and then proceed ahead for the next beautiful topic. ठीक है. फिर वेदा ब्रह्मा शब्द अक्षिप्तम यथोरनाम. Oh, these are all बड़े बड़े श्लोक है बाबोई, सुन लो जितना हो सके. So today's concluding thought क्या है? Don't get carried away by pushpita phalashruti vakya, tempted by, proposed by your own mind, proposed by even Shastras, proposed by anybody in the world. What is the antidote of that? Knowing Paramatma alone is the ultimate achievement. Therefore, desiring to know Paramatma alone is the ultimate desire. That alone will entertain no other thing. Become stronger and stronger, stronger. And in any one of your life or my life, at every step, if you are getting disappointment and dejection in the world, mind you, the God and Guru's Krupa is working so much on you. Because to such person, to kick the world and worldly desires become easy. Is it not? Because we are so much disappointed, so much frustrated. Nobody loves us, nobody respects us, nobody gives us value. It is a good opportunity because you can kick the world away. है ना, ये दुनिया अगर मिल भी न जाए, ये सारे विषाद गाने सुनो अब 2-3 दिन और किक करो वर्ल्ड को. देन ओनली यू कैन गो इनटू पॉजिटिव स्पिरिचुअल पाथ in such a beautiful manner. All your misery, not only the misery goes away, you start smiling, you start becoming cheerful, you start laughing, you start giggling, you start being joyful and celebrating. Once we go deeper into this sadhana, that will be the outcome. याद रखो, आप 3-4 घंटे डेली मेडिटेशन कर पा रहे हो एंड देयर यू आर एबल टू रीच टू सम सटल एक्सपीरियंस. सो हाउ इलेटिंग विल बी अवर ओन सेल्फ रेस्पेक्ट एंड सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस. उसके सामने दुनिया में जो भीख मांग रहे हैं, मेरे को प्यार करो, मेरे बात सुनो, दैट इज भिखमंगा है वो तो. दिस इज ग्रेट. Having known it, if at all these things are there, don't seek the things to go according to our desire. Rather, rise above the desires. Like from 20 years, I am struggling. In my case, exam. The Shastra Jnana we can give to so many people, so many people. Nobody attends only. I'm frustrated now. That frustration is helping me so much. Other than doing class, I'm not worried whether you people come or not or what. Accordingly, it's happening also. आप में कौन आता, कौन नहीं आता. I'm not worried. You don't tell some of them so dear near, they only run away, they go. It is all adding to my vairagya. I'm using it that way. If I am given all this by the Guru, I would have been caught up in this only. Only I am now doing the formality of finishing this Shastra. Who we are, who am I? Let us meet there at the feet of the Lord. I'm just giving an idea. Every dukkha in your life, whether physical dukkha, emotional dukkha, all of that is Bhagavan's Krupa to give us Vairagya of that. And that we have to encash to seek the permanent, to seek the eternal. First, strengthen that desire for it. Then slowly, once you strengthen the desire for it, all the knowledge of Shastra, which you heard from 20 that years or in many lives, that starts coming out at that time. अब तक छुपा हुआ है. है ना, जैसे आप बैंक में पैसे डिपॉजिट करते हो, जरूरत नहीं थी निकाला नहीं, सडनली जब जरूरत पड़ा देन यू विथड्रॉ इट एंड यूज इट. All our knowledge is deposited unused inside. Now once you seek it, then all that comes out and you only will become wise now. How to manage the day, how to manage the health, how to manage the time, how to manage the mind, how to become more focused. Automatically सब अपने आप अंदर आते हैं, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी है अंदर, क्योंकि इतने साल से हम सुन रहे हैं. बट डिजायर फॉर परमात्मा इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं है, therefore they are not coming to surface. These are all not said directly in Bhagavata, but they're all corollary understanding of these topics. In this way, one will have to become matured. This is the way and the only way. Whoever have done it like this only they have done. And while doing all this, we don't have ill feeling for the world, for the Lord, for the people in the world, for the happenings. ना कोई द्वेष है, ना कोई घृणा, कुछ नहीं है. It's only maturity. They are all temporary, should not seek it. That's permanent, I should seek that. अल्टीमेटली मन को एक शांत स्थिति में ले जाना. बाद में ये दुनिया मेरे को इतना दुख किया, मैं इसका दुश्मन हूं, वो मेरा दुश्मन, अब मैं इसको तबाह करूंगा. डोंट डेवलप दैट एटीट्यूड, दैट इज अगेन अनहेल्दी. इज इट नॉट? इट शुड नॉट. दिस स्नेक व्हिच ट्रबल्ड मी सो मच, आई तो किल इट नाउ. अरे स्नेक है ही नहीं उधर. यू ओनली इमेजिन दैट. Again, if you say it is there and you want to kill it, again it will come and trouble you. Devaluing of the world is what? Don't love the world, don't hate the world. Let the world go in its own way. Don't hate anyone, don't fight with anyone. Again, little of ill feeling should not be there. केवल आत्मदृष्टि रख सकते हो चाहिए तो, तभी जब आप देखते हो दुनिया को, नहीं तो रियल आत्मा में बैठो. These are a few more thoughts when we add, and more can be discussed when it is personal. In the class, when we study in text, when we are in this way online, और कुछ बातें जो आपके प्रश्न हो सकते हैं, उनके उत्तर हो सकते हैं, हम ऐसा नहीं कर सकते. When we do our discussion, some more clear things we can understand. कभी होगा वो भी, ठीक है. Let us stop today here. Go to our वाल्मीकि रामायणम. धन्यवाद. इस तरह से आज का, कल परसों का और tomorrow day after also, these topics are very crucial. Right time we are getting exposed to all this. Hari Om.